Hey, what is going on, everybody? Once again, welcome back to the channel, Pay Yourself Back. I'm your host, C-Los, guys, and here it's always about having a good time, enjoying life, being mentally aware and spiritually well, guys. It is not such a bright and sunny day here in Port St. Lucie, Florida. In fact, guys, as you can see, it's got a little rain going on. It's supposed to have a little storm this weekend, but I said nevertheless I'm still going to come out and do this video for you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel at this time, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and you know what you got to do after that. You got to click that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I publish a video. Alrighty then, guys, so what I want to talk to you guys today about is my little short time living here in Port St. Lucie, Florida, guys. It's not going to be a long drawn out video because I haven't been living here that long, but nevertheless I just want to share with you what I have kind of experienced thus far. But before I get into that, guys, listen, I wanted to say the last couple of years, more in particular the last month or so, we've been having a lot of chaos, a lot of just evilness going on in this world, guys, with the mass shootings, the terrorist attacks and things like that, guys. So my take on that, guys, it wouldn't be me if I didn't say this. You know, I'm always practicing OPSEC, Operation Security, and what that means, guys, what I do is that I'm always aware of my surroundings. In my intro, when I say having mental awareness, I'm not saying that just to be saying it, guys. I really mean that, being aware of what's going on around you, guys. And it's kind of I don't know if it's a bad thing to say, but the reality of it is, guys, is that if you want to know how a criminal thinks, sometimes you have to put yourself in their shoes and think like they think. And what I mean by that is that if they want to attack you, if they want to rob you, then more than likely they're going to go after the easy targets, the soft targets, those who are not paying attention, those who are distracted. Ooh, I hear some rain. I hope it doesn't. You know, that's how they think. And the more people that they find that are distracted on their cell phones, just milling around, just like they're kind of spaced out, those are the ones that are more likely they're going to attack, guys. And so I see it all the time. People on there so consumed and so busy on their cell phones, they don't pay attention, and they leave an establishment and they just walk with their heads just like this the whole time to their car. Somebody wants to do something to you, they're going to get you. So just be mindful of those things, guys. Some of the things that I do whenever I enter into whatever, Walmart, Publix, BJ's, or whatever the case may be, I'm always looking around. I'm always surveying the area. I'm always looking for places, escape routes, exit, and things like that. Going to restaurants and places where I'm sitting down, I never sit with my back to the door. Even if I'm in line in the Publix, I'm always kind of scanning my sector, looking for stuff. Sometimes we overlook the obvious things. You just got to pay attention to people, pay attention to behavior and things like that. Obviously, you're not going to catch everything, but there's just some telltale signs that people just don't pay attention to. When I park my car, it's a little thing. I don't head in, I back in. That way, if I'm trying to escape and get out of there, I can just hit my key fob, crank the car, and I'm gone. Versus heading in and having to back out, negotiate turns, and not hit people, not hit other cars or other objects, things like that. That's just my little spiel to you guys. Be mindful of your surrounding. Always be mentally aware of what's going on around you, guys. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about living here in Port St. Lucie, guys. For those of you who have been following me, you know that I've just purchased a new construction home here, guys, and I've only been living here for about 4 months or so. But let me just tell you a little story. A couple of years ago, had no idea about moving to Port St. Lucie. I just came down here from the Hollywood and Dania Beach area, and I just came up on a whim just to look around. I went on the internet and looked up, you know, just through, I think, Redfin or Zip Realtors, Zillow, you know, those real estate websites, just looking at houses, and I just couldn't believe it. And I picked out about 3 or 4 houses. I have a video on this as well. Picked out about 3 or 4 houses, came to Port St. Lucie, and I was amazed. As you'll see in that video, I was amazed at what I saw. The amount of space that you get for the money that you pay for the house. Now this was back in 2020, so obviously, you know, the pandemic and all that stuff, prices have increased. However, it's still not as bad as where I was living down in Broward County and definitely Dade County. So came down, looked, and I said in that video, in the end of the video, I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to buy me a house in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And sure enough, guys, here we are. Fast forward 2021 December, I closed on my new construction home. Not even expecting a new construction home, just expecting home, but getting a new construction home was even a plus. It was even great. So I'm having a good time, even though I still have to commute a little bit for my job. You know, that's okay. So here we are, guys. Only been here, like I say, living for about 4 months or so. Now, what I would tell you about Port St. Lucie, from my experience so far, the job market is, to say the least, not the greatest. And I'll just be honest with you guys, and I'll be transparent with you. It's no secret. Port St. Lucie is one of those places that, as I said back when I first came here, it's more of a place for people who are retired or who plan to retire in the near future, or if you're like me and a lot of other people, if you want to live here and get your money's worth, you're going to have to work probably a little bit further down south. And so I live in the sweet spot. I live in between I-95 and the Turnpike. That's the sweet spot. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of people that do the same thing that I do. And when you move here and you work down south, you want to be in West Port St. Lucie, in those areas. That way you can just hop on the Turnpike or I-95 and bada bing, bada boom, you're at your job. So that's the one thing. The further east you go, back toward US 1 Federal Highway, that's kind of the older Port St. Lucie. You have the older houses. I mean, nothing wrong with that. As I said, the older houses have more character to me, some of them. But you're looking at houses, basically, I think like in the 70s, maybe 80s, something, you know, 90s, things like that. But they, you know, they have a little bit more character to them. They usually come with a pool, and people have done, you know, quite a bit of upgrades to them. When you looking on this side of the newer side of, you know, Port St. Lucie, the west side, it's more where I live at right now. I'm a new construction home, but there's a mixture of new construction and older construction, or, you know, things like that. There's a lot of new construction over on that side, guys. And if there's water building up on my lens here, forgive me for that. Let me just, so that's the deal on that, guys. And so, yeah, another thing I would tell you, there's a lot of military here. So this is a military city. You ride around and you see a lot of military plates, Navy, Air Force, Army, like myself. And so, you know, that's one good thing about it. That's one thing I like about it. Going back to the employment, to the job market, there's not a lot of industry for it. If you come from somewhere where you're used to, you know, a large industry for jobs, there's just not a lot. You know, there's not really any major distribution centers here. And that's coming. You know, Costco, it's no Costco, there's no Whole Foods, which I'm bummed out about. There is a Sprouts that they just opened recently, but no Amazon hub, you know, things like that. Those big corporations, they're coming, but they're just not moving fast enough, in my opinion. But like I said, if you are single and you have kids, might present some challenges. If you have dual incomes, it might not be as bad. But single and you're looking to get those type of jobs or that in that type of industry that you came from, it might present some challenges, but it's not a deal breaker. But this is a nice area, guys. The people are different to me, and I talk about this, and this is no disrespect, but it is what it is. I'm not even going to say all that. They're not as rude as the people that I encountered when I lived a little bit further down south, and that's just the honest truth. People are a little bit nicer here. They're a little bit more polite. Traffic is better. Because there's not a lot of, you know, major roads here like it is down south. There is a little bit more traffic, but people seem to be more respectful than down there in south. And I've done videos on this, guys, so I'm just not saying it to be saying it. Just go check out my other videos. I talk about it. People are more respectful in their driving and their driving etiquette, if you will. And so that's really about it, guys. Like I said, I haven't been there that long. I've been there for about 4 months, and I'll have more to come. I got more videos out there, guys. Go check out my channel. And if you want to know more about Port St. Lucie and real estate especially, then you guys, I'm going to leave my realtor, my friend, Mr. Jonathan BJ Hayes' information in the description box. He is a realtor, and he's been living in Port St. Lucie and doing his realty thing for a while, so he's very knowledgeable, and I always big him up. He has a YouTube channel as well, so I want you guys to go check him out. And if you have any questions, his number is on his channel, and I'll also leave it linked in my description box as well, guys. So I think that's about it. The storm and the rain is coming, so I'm going to get on out of here, guys. But I just wanted to bring you a little bit about my experience living here in Port St. Lucie, guys. Give me a big thumbs up. You know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm getting a little wet. That's the reason why I keep going back and forth, although I'm covered with these trees. But it's all good, guys. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care of yourself. And until next time, be well, my friend. CeeLos out, baby.